I love hearing about random acts of kindness, especially nowadays when so much of the media is filled with terrible things. What's even better than just hearing about random acts of kindness is being a part of it. Want to see some ideas for some random acts of kindness that you can do no matter what your budget is? Some that don't even cost a thing? Want to hear about some of the random acts of kindness that our family has been the recipient of? Well, you're in for a treat today. I'm collaborating with a bunch of great YouTubers and bloggers to bring you a bunch of ideas for random acts of kindness you can do with your family this season. Be sure to check out the links below for that. I know you'll be inspired. I'm Stephanie from SixFiguresUnder.com, where I share frugal inspiration and financial motivation to help your family get out of debt and reach your financial goals. We're on day 2 of our Frugal Festivities series, where we're sharing 25 days of Christmas cheer on a budget. If you're new here, you'll want to subscribe and click the little bell so that you can follow along for the whole series. Then in January, I'm hosting the Frugal Fresh Start Challenge right here on this channel and over on my website. Every weekday in January, we'll be tackling a new way to be more frugal, so stay tuned. Okay, now let's talk about random acts of kindness. I really wanted to get our whole family involved in the planning and execution of blessing some people with our random acts of kindness. My kids had lots of great ideas. I love that they don't worry about logistics or limitations, they just think big. So while some of their ideas were out of our budget, like buy a car for a homeless person, they were thoughtful and sincere. I also wanted to give some ideas of things that you can do to make a difference no matter what your financial situation is. We thought about the forgotten elderly people at the care home where great-grandpa lived before he passed away last year, and decided we could write thoughtful cards to them and have the nursing home staff pass them out to the patients who are lonely and don't get any visitors, especially at the holidays. The patients loved seeing the kids when we'd go to visit great-grandpa each week. Mike also had the idea to include a picture, not because we want them to recognize us or anything like that, just because it's tangible evidence that someone cares. They love looking at pictures and having things to decorate their rooms with. We rarely get snow where we live, but a big storm was on the forecast for yesterday. The kids thought it would be great to shovel driveways for people anonymously. Sadly, we didn't get any snow, so we didn't have that opportunity, but it's a great one if you live in a snowy area. Those are both opportunities that don't cost anything. There are so many others. You could offer to babysit for a busy mom. You could write thank you notes to those who serve your family but are often overlooked, like the school crossing guard or custodian or Sunday school teacher. You could make a point of giving sincere compliments to strangers. You could donate blood. With some time and thought, there is so much good you can do, even when your budget is tight. The next project we took on required some funds, but we account for that in our Christmas sinking fund. We thought about the homeless people we regularly see as we drive out of the store parking lots in town. We often share a box of crackers or an apple or an ice cream sandwich or something from the groceries we just bought, but thought it would be nice to have something more to give them. We wanted to make bags with some necessities that would be useful for them. Okay, let me show you what we got to put in our homeless care packages. Most of this stuff we got at the dollar store. We'll put in a couple of packs of these peanut butter crackers. It was, $1 for all of these. We got toothpaste, toothbrushes. The toothbrushes came 4 in a pack, and then we just split them up. Got these wet wipes. That we'll put in 3 of these individual packages in each one. We got Band-Aids, some of the big kind and the small kind we put together in Ziploc bags. Let's see. At Walmart we got some salmon and some of these. It was, I think, $5 or $6 for 9 packages of these, and then these were $1.18 each. We found these applesauces at Grocery Outlet, some water bottles, and the wool socks were $10 for a 2-pack, so we're putting 1 in each bag. These kids are loading up the bags. Oh, before we started, they decorated the bags with some pretty pictures and encouraging notes. Okay, so that took no time to assemble all these. It cost about $12 for each of the the bags, and we're excited to give them out. I also wanted to share with you some of the sweet acts of kindness that our family has been the recipient of. A couple of years ago, I took our kids to Chipotle for the first time. They had earned free dinner coupons from the summer reading program at the library and were eager to redeem them. We were taking a while to order because we had to tell our kids all of the options and they had to make their decisions. It was pretty obvious we weren't regulars to eating out. As we went to the cash register, the man in front of us handed my husband a small envelope and said, "God told me to give this to you." Thinking it was a religious tract or something like that, my husband put it in his pocket. The cashier, who was a little dumbfounded, asked my husband if he knew that man. My husband shook his head. Then the cashier said, "He just gave you a $50 gift card." Confused, Mike opened the small envelope and found that sure enough it contained the gift card that the man had just purchased. Of course, he was long gone at this point, so we couldn't even thank him. But as we prayed before eating, we gave heartfelt thanks to that generous stranger and asked God to bless him for his kindness to our family. Another time, I was at the grocery store with my kids. At the time, I had 4 or 5 kids. A stranger asked if they were all mine, which is a common question, and then she complimented me on how well behaved they were. I guess they were doing okay on that day. She could have stopped there and my day would have been made, but she didn't. She handed me some cash and asked if she could treat my kids to ice cream, and that made my kids' day. No matter what your budget, there are plenty of great ways that you can give. Check out the other videos in this collab for even more ideas. You'll find links to everyone participating in the description. I would love to hear what acts of kindness or service you have done or been the recipient of. Remember to subscribe so you can follow along with our 25 days of Christmas cheer on a budget. I'll see you tomorrow.